Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk. So today, let's talk about tea versus coffee. That seems to be the big thing for people. The big debate. Some people don't mind their neutral ground. They drink tea and coffee, but some people only drink tea and some people only drink coffee. And also, if you do drink tea, do you put milk in your tea, or are you like straight like unsweet or sweet, or do you like do hot but no milk because you just want the herbal effects, sugar or no sugar type stuff. Okay, so Um, there's multiple different types of teas and coffees. For me, for the longest, I was neither. Cause I don't like. I like the way coffee smells, but I cannot take the taste. Like even the sweetest smelling coffee smells so good, but like I cannot take the taste because at the end of the day, the coffee to me has a burnt aftertaste. Oh, not a burnt, like a bitter aftertaste. Like once everything is washed away in the center of your mouth, the lasting flavor that is left on my tongue is a bitter note. And I hate bitter things, so it's not. I can't do it. Like if I didn't taste it none until like my last swallow, and then like 10 minutes later I can deal with it because like the rest of the time it would be good and I can ignore the bitter for the last one. But like it's like every swallow, it's like your first initial taste you're like because if you add enough cream and sugar and then you already got flavored coffee, then initially it'll be good. But then once everything fades away, I got this nasty burnt taste in my tongue, and it's just lingering there, and you can't claw it off because it's just the liquid that's soaked into your tongue, and I can't take it. So, and no amount of sugar or cream or milk can do it. No type of flavoring, cream, nothing. No liquid, no powder, no nothing. So there's a waste of my time, taste, and calories for me to be struggling with this. Now on the other end, it sucks for me for like if I would wanted it for caffeine needs, for like reasons of needing to stay up. So like most people drink it because they need to wake up. They in school. They gotta get up early. They tired. They had to work. All the things. They need to stay up late to study. For me, I just had to struggle through it with willpower. I had to use my natural drive of energy, just like reboosting myself up when I get tired. Listen to some energizing music that make me want to jump and dance and move to perk myself up. And even when that didn't work, at the end of the day, I just had to keep pushing through. And if I got to a part where like my brain was like not making it no matter what, then I would have to finally just like take a little power nap. I would have to do like put like my phone on alarm, and then if I didn't set like 5 alarms, if I set like 5 alarms and I still didn't wake up, then the next time I was forced to do another power nap, I would tell people. I'd be like, Mom, I'm so tired. I have to take this nap though because it's nothing is processing in my brain anymore. So putting my alarms on, but can you make sure I'm up by like this time? Or if I didn't tell my mom, I would text my sister like, hey, can you call me at such and such time? I need to be up. So, anyways, I would do that and take like a little power or 30 minutes to an hour depending on how tired I was to try and shake myself out of it. And some days it worked, some days I failed, some days my body was just so tired and resisted against it all. And once I finally let it go, it was out like a light. But we made it through all of that, and that's it. And so now a tea used to be the same thing. I used to hate getting sick because the main thing, when you get sick is to drink some green tea. If you didn't have green tea, then black tea is suffice. But like you steep the tea in the hot water, and then you want the thing is to for us is to add some peppermints and honey and lemon. And I think the peppermints was more like they had like the calming eucalyptus effect. Um, and then the lemon and honey is supposed to like cut everything. Like if you have any problems with sickness, it's lemon and honey, lemon and honey, lemon and honey, lemon and honey, because the anti-inflammatory and oxidant effects and all that stuff. And honey is supposed to have all these antioxidants and things in it, and lemons I think have all kinds of stuff in it too. So anyway, so you put that in the tea along with some peppermints, and that's supposed to be like a remedy to help you feel better, especially if your throat is like beyond repair, so sore, so dry, you can't get nothing down. At least that can help you with some fluids. Maybe you can have a bite or two of some soup, some chicken broth, some whatever hot somethings of soup. Um, but and I still don't like the hot version, but I've come to like kombuchas and what you call it, kombuchas and um what's the other one? Bubble. For a while it was just kombuchas. I like Healthline from Walmart and this brand called Big Easy. It's a New Orleans brand. The It's hard to find in the mainstream because they're like made, literally like locally made in New Orleans brand, so they're not as wide known as mainstream and stuff. So I first was introduced to it at this health health of food place. I was working out um a lot, and I was starting this new diet, and this place, it was not a MMA, but it was a MMA adjacent. I can't get the words out right now. It's not kung fu or pad thai. I think that's food, but like it's not one of those. But it was like MMA adjacent type um exercising, and so like, and then along with like a different way of eating. And so like one day, like the trainer guy, he brought us to this food place, health food place that was not far away. And he was like, yeah, get what y'all want. Treating y'all because y'all were the only people that showed up today, blah, blah, blah. It was like three or four of us that particular day. So he was like rewarding us for coming. And he was like, yeah, I come here a lot. Me and my I don't remember if that was his wife or his fiance at the time. But anyways, he was a cool person. He bought us the stuff, and I was like, this is really good. And I think I ended up buying like an extra one or two or something. There was like, they gave us a discount too because we came there. I think he like, I don't know if he knew them, or if they went there so often that we got the discount. But I think like regularly they was like $4.50 or something about it plus tax. And for me, especially back then, that was very expensive because I wasn't bringing in a lot of funds. So like I had to appropriate my funds that I was getting to like places where I felt like was the most value. And working out at that time and trying to eat better was a good place to send some of my funds. I don't think there's ever a bad place to put your funds if you had to choose a place to put any teeny bit of funds that you wasn't like putting towards like food and bills and all that stuff. So um um I was like, it was really good. So I was trying to like find it, in either in a grocery store actual, because I was trying to get it, see how much it would be in the grocery store, because that would typically be cheaper than in a health food store. That's gonna always be more expensive because it's more of like a convenience place. Unfortunately, at that time, that brand was so um I don't want to say not minimized, but like it was so the index people they sold to was so narrow. Um, they didn't have it anywhere. But then some weeks later, I ended up seeing it at Whole Foods. Um, they had some. They had a lot of the specific flavors that in the regular size, like 20 ounce, I think, bottles. But then like the mainstream flavors, I guess that was like the most popular. They had them in like the jugs. But like I wanted some of the flavors that they had, I liked. I wanted them in the big jug, cause I think it was maybe like I think it was probably like like $10-15 or something for the jug. But it was a lot more in it. It was like if it wasn't like 64 ounce, it was probably like a 44.50 or something like that ounce. And so to me that was cheaper than buying um the 20 ounce for like 3.50 or something. Anyways, they didn't have it, so I bought a few times that in the bottles, and then like one or two in the big ones. But then, or after a while over time, they phased out in Whole Foods again. And I was like, no, because I really like that brand and I didn't want to stop drinking it. Since especially supposed to be healthy and stuff for you. So, um, I searched everywhere. None of the mainstream stores had it. Maybe Trader Joe's might have had it, but I kept forgetting. I keep forgetting that Trader Joe's exist because I'm not close to a. I wasn't close to a Trader Joe's at that time. I'm still not close to one now, but anyways, at the time I wasn't close to one. Like I wasn't far from it if I went after workout, but because it wasn't in my mindset to go, because it wasn't like I didn't go all the time. It wasn't like how Walmart is there and Target is there and all it, and Amazon and Sprouts and all them places. You know that they there, but like since I didn't go, like I would go to, even though Trader Joe's have good stuff, I didn't go probably like once every like 4 months or so because I would keep forgetting that they literally exist. And then I was like, oh yeah, Trader Joe's. Which is sad because they was not down the street from the workout place, but they was somewhere near their area. So probably like maybe like a 7-8 minute drive. It was on that same street. It was just way further down. So anywho, I never thought to think about looking at um Trader Joe's for some reason. If I did, I don't remember. So, anyways, in Sprouts and all the other little places that popped up for healthy living didn't exist back then. Um, so I never seen them, and like I think I went a time or two to the health food place to buy them again, but I just could not justify at that time buying those expensive ones for like the 450 plus tax. So with the limited funds I had, so I had to find another brand that I liked, which is how Health Aid ended up coming into play. Because I just went to Walmart and I said, well, I'm going to see what they have, see what I can like. Ginger, lemon, cayenne, poison. Will not ever. Cannot. Horrible. Will not do it. Ginger burn my soul away. I don't like lemon water. Only time I use lemon is when I'm using it to flavor food or like lemon treats or ice cream or something. I like lemon ice cream. It's like so refreshing. But like I just can't get with drinking lemon in my water. It's just not it for me. Um so anyways, my mom had did a lemon and cayenne cleanse at one time when I was one of the big fads, and I was like, lemon ginger. I was like, how can you put this poison in your body? I was like, I cannot. I will gag it all up. Like, I refuse. But like people was talking about, oh, they lost so much weight, drink da da da. I'm pretty sure that you did because of not because it was just lemon, cayenne, and ginger, but like you're starving yourself and just giving this craziness to it. So, and a lot of people was probably just losing like water weight. But anywho, she tried it. She lost some, but it was never gonna be sustainable because you don't live like that just on those fluids. So then, when people bring food back into their diet, then it all changes back because they don't slowly bring it back. They just start back eating again. Um, Typically you're supposed to eat, in a healthy manner, but still, you go from not eating for months to eating again. Of course, you're going to gain something. And once your body gets over the shock that you're feeding it again, because it's gonna hold. It's been in starvation mode all this time, so it's gonna continue to hold on to everything you don't need instead of burning it off and letting it go. Um. So anywho, um, that was that. With that, so I end up doing Healthline, and I will buy those individually when I can't find them on sale anywhere else because they're like two something. I think uh, they gone up to 325. Typically at Walmart, but uh, then they'll have times when they go back down to two something. So I get them either way when I'm in the mood. They're still not my favorite, but they're not bad. So like when I feel like drinking them, I'll just resign myself to drink those since I know that the ones I really like, the Big Easies, aren't easily accessible. Um, and that's that. So y'all tell me which ones y'all like best in the comments. You like tea, coffee, both. You gotta put milk in it. Oh, bobas. I didn't tell you about bobas. I recently started liking those, like probably like within the last 2 years. Um, I tried it last year. That's what it was. That's what it was. Is it last year? No. I tried a year before last. I was at work. One of the nurses was buying for everybody because they wanted some boba tea from this place that they're used to buying from. Her and her husband. I don't know if he was her husband at the time or fiance, but it's her husband now. So they had been together for a while. So it was typically her husband then, but legally it's her husband now. So they went around asking everybody. I guess they was feeling, generous, offering to buy everybody stuff. So I was like, I never. It sounded good, but I was like, I never had it before. And then, so I was like, have you ever had this one? And they're like, no, I never had that one. I like this one. Blah, blah, blah. They had good refreshers and stuff. I don't know if it was called refreshers, but it was basically like a refresher like you can get from, excuse me, from Albertsons. Not Albertsons, Starbucks. I don't know how Albertsons came out. But anyways, you get from Starbucks. But anywho, some people ordered that. Some people ordered some matcha drinks without the boba. They would have jellies. That's another thing. I don't know. I know it's a big craze for matcha, but I can't get with that either. I feel like it tastes like dirt for me. And and surprisingly, one of the nurses, I asked her what it tastes like for her. She was like, "It tastes like earth, but I like earthy tasting things." And I was like, "Oh, okay, well, that's what you like." So, um, I even tried matcha ice cream one time, and like the tang at the end ruined it for me. It was not bad initially, acquired taste, but I could have got over that. You get over acquired taste if you eat it or drink it enough. But it was the tang at the end, and I was like, nope, don't want to get over that. So I didn't worry about it because I'm like, there's too many good flavored ice creams out there for me to fight myself over that. So, but I do like the red bean ice cream. Um, from the Asian places. I don't want to say which one and get it wrong, so I'm just gonna call it the Asian place because they're all Asian, just different versions. Um. So, anywho, um, yeah. So I tried this brown sugar cream cold foam one. With the crystal um bobas. It was pretty good. So from there, I started my search for similar ones. I haven't branched out to the fruity ones. I've wanted to, but I haven't got the nerve yet. So I still drink very similar creamy stuff in boba form. So but now I was buying them freshly from the fresh places. Me from the fresh places, whatever. But now to save money because those can get expensive too. Like depending on where you go. Like when I would go home to visit my mom, they got a place near her. They charge like it's a lot. I think like seven $7 or $8 for a large, which is like I can't do it like that big, but like that wide. They're like skinny cups. Um, and like where I'm at, I guess the boba places are more plentiful, so they're a little bit cheaper. Like, some places I pay 5 something for the big talls, or the big ones, or the largest, whatever you want to call them. And then some places I pay 6. So like I'm always at shock when I go back home and I'm like paying like, feel like I'm at Starbucks paying $8 for this boba tea, and like that's not sustainable for me. Like even now, um, because it's not something that I value to pay that much. People are willing to pay things that their value, but for me, it's good, but it's not that good to keep paying that amount. For something that I don't really need, because it's still high amount of sugar. You can control the sugar amount though, because you can tell them you want less sugar, or if you know you only can want to do 2 scoops or whatever the amount is, if you want to tell them to do less than half of their less, they'll probably do that too if you just let them know. But I ain't got time to be playing these sugary games, so I just always get a regular, and then let that be that. Um, but at the end of the day, like I say, I still don't need all that sugary cream stuff. So, um, the value for it is not as high, especially when the price is high. When the price is lower, then my fight for it gets a little harder because I'm rationally, oh well, it's not so bad. Da, 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 da. And at the time that I was drinking it, I wanted one at least like twice a week or something. So that was a lot of sugar intake that I was bringing in, and I would get it as soon as I got off work. Um, Along with give me some kolache sometimes, but a lot of times too, that would be in the morning. But a lot of times too, I would get no. I was working morning times a lot of times then as well. So I'll be getting some food or a snow cone that I didn't need, and then I get the drink because the drink place, and there was a certain snow cone place. Like I didn't have to go to the snow cone place. They had other snow cone places that I liked, but that one was right next door. So I would go to there sometimes if I got off early enough, because they closed earlier than the boba place. So I would go there, get the snow cone, and then I get that, and then I would go to this Greek Lebanese place and get a plate. And then if after a couple of times of getting the snow cone in there, I'm like, you know what? This is too much sugar. Like, you're gonna have to start choosing because this is too much sugar you're taking in. So I'm like, you're gonna either do snow cone or the boba. You want the boba? No snow cone. Snow cone, no boba. And then I was like, you can get the Lebanese stuff because that's different. That's protein. Because I always would get the what you call it? Um, I always feel like I say it wrong. I don't know if it's gyro or gyro, but I always call it gyro. I get the lamb though, cause I like lamb. The gyro lamb what made me branch out to like actual eating actual like whole lamb without additives or fillers, as they say. 'Cause I wanted to see what actual lamb tasted like without like chicken or pork or whatever being mixed in with it, or beef, whatever they mix in with the lamb when it's a gyro. Um, and I found out I liked it, so boom, there's that. So, sorry, I gotta stretch. Been sitting there waiting for a minute, and this video is long. I don't know why I keep making these super long videos. Nobody's gonna watch. So, anywho, that's it. So if anybody stays to the end, I appreciate you because this is a very long video. Um, and so I'll be very happy and grateful that you stayed and watched me for 20 something minutes. Anyway, so put down in the chat which one you like. Milk, tea or coffee. If it's tea, do you like putting milk in it, or you like it the regular way, hot or sweet or unsweet, and all the things? And coffees, which ones you like best, and all that stuff. You like cream and sugar? You like Starbucks style, or is it just a regular cup, black, nothing in it, like your soul? It or something else. All right, talk to y'all later.